Well, this is my version of really badass snow plowing setup. It's a 17 Sierra 2500, 6-liter gas job. Of course, need traction. See a lot of clowns running around with all-terrain tires, like 12 feet wide, thinking that plows well. You won't believe it, but snow tires to plow snow. Yeah, it's amazing. Crazy concept, I know. Those guys are like trying to knock a baseball out of the park with a fucking 2x4. It's like, hey dude, did you know they make baseball bats? I got these pod lights mounted in the bottom of the A-pillars. They're triggered off the high beam switch. I went with the LED upgrade in the front. Put them on 3-inch risers so when the plow's up I can still see over the damn plow. I got a B&M transmission cooler here in the front over and above the factory one. So the factory one's like down here behind the plow. And this one's got a temp switch with a built-in spall fan. So if it gets to like 175 degrees, she clicks on until it comes down to 140. Barely ever need it, but those warm days on some of my big steep driveways, heavy snow, you never know. Put the wing stop outriggers for when I run my my wings, or if you're just wind rowing. That shit's hard on your plow when you're hitting some icy old windrows. So this is an 8.5 XV2. Can't get better than that. You can argue Boss, whatever, are equivalent, but certainly not better. In the back, this you can argue, certainly the best. This is an Ebling. I don't do commercials, so I kept it to a 14-foot instead of the 16. I built this light bar here with all these LEDs. The outside ones work for blinkers as well as park lights. And then that light bar is triggered off of the reverse. Every time I go in reverse, this thing works. Side shooter, so it's got a pretty good width. Along with, when I hit in reverse, these little 7-inch light bars come on. I got an HD camera up there, night vision, military spec, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Works awesome. Never ever gets dirty up there. And for the screen, I got a really badass Stinger High 10-inch screen. So if I want to see that plow working, I got cameras everywhere. I got a Rexing dash cam up there. It's like an Ultra HD. And then there's a rear facing one in the back window. All my controls are here. I'll show you that in a second. Rockford Fosgate amp, really tiny little amp. It's like 65 watts RMS by 4. Got Rockford Fosgate speakers in all 4 corners, all 4 doors. I got 2, what are they? Kicker Hideaway 10-inch subs hidden behind the seats. I took the Hideaway name pretty literally and hid them. So I got 2 of them. Can control the bass with this knob here. This thing's got Apple CarPlay and all that shit. Sirius XM. It's awesome head unit. Super expensive though. It's like $1,600. And then on the roof, I got a Speed Tech lights. I forget the size of it, but it's all controlled. I'll show you on the other side, along with I'm not one of the clowns that runs around with the back of my truck jacked up like a fucking cat in heat. I've got 1,000 pounds of concrete blocks behind the wheel well here, along with, obviously the back blade's like 800 pounds, but when the back blade's scraping, it's not working as counterweight. Shovels, jack, straps, extra parts, tools, spare tire, all that shit's back here. Even spare gas. Come around. These lights here, obviously when I'm in reverse, the other lights work that I showed you, but when I put it back in drive and I go forward and the wings are open, those lights are no good to me. So these lights light up the insides of the wings, so when I'm plowing forward I can see. And then when those are on, so are these little like hidden LEDs, whatever they call them, hideaway LEDs, along with the Akari mount. So here's the switches for that. So turn on the light bar. Different patterns. I got auxiliary is, like I told you, those little LEDs mounted up high. That way, you know, when the snowbanks get tall and you're backing out of someone's driveway on the main road. And then, like I said, this is lighting up the insides. And then this thing here, this is alley lights I had installed on the sides of the light bar, so just white lights. I put a drain plug on the factory transmission pan so I can drain the fluid easier. It's got the twin batteries, it's got the, this one came with the plow package and all that, so it's got the 220 amp alternator. I'm sure I'm forgetting all kinds of shit, but this thing is fucking set up to plow snow, and it plows it well. You know, I got my older XV2 that goes on my orange truck, which has a sander on it, for you've seen. And then my wing extensions are here. It makes the truck too big to run for residential most of the time. Not to mention, that's a lot of plow to push. Makes it 10 foot 2 inches. And when you got a good amount of snow or steep driveways, it's just fucking too much. Along with, you know, other things. It doesn't windrow very well. It's good for scooping snow across parking lots. I use them for the self-storage unit. That helps out. But there she is. Fucking beast. Quick little clip on my back blade. This light bar I made with the LEDs, turn signals, that light bar itself, everything works. So I added this junction box for like a trailer. This one's kind of clear, made by Phillips. That was kind of cool. And I took a trailer connector that just plugs right into my trailer 7-pin. So everything works off the factory wiring. There's no fucking hokey pokey bullshit. Works awesome. Another thing I've added to this truck is plate steel skid plate underneath. The factory one is, the front one's plastic. And when you start making big piles with the back blade or even the front, you drive over it, you crack that plastic, so there's no snow that's going to be cracking this one.